Hi there, I'm Suzette Kroll, registered dietitian. I'm your personal nutrition guide. In today's session, we're going to be talking about goal setting. We'll talk about the right kind of nutrition goals and exercise goals to set so that you ultimately wind up making that ever talked about lifestyle change. We'll also review the official exercise guidelines so that you can effectively set up your exercise goals. Now, we think weight loss works like this: perfectly linear, progress every day, never any plateaus, perfectly predictable. But in actuality, weight loss happens like this. It's not predictable. You may have occasional stalls, sporadic increases along with the drops. This is why weight loss and setting your heart on a number on the scale is not a good goal. Weight loss, in fact, is not a good goal. Rather, good habits are good goals, and weight loss follows good habits. And a series of good habits repeated day after day, week after week, month after month, then results in this new healthy lifestyle that we're all after. When we talk about weight loss, most of us start with the outcome that we want. I want to lose 100 pounds, or I want to weigh what I did before I got injured. These are the end results, and there's nothing wrong with wanting things or talking about what you want or starting with the end in mind. But wanting isn't enough, even if you really, really, really want something, because we can't control outcomes. But we can control what we do. And that's why behavioral goals are so important, because they focus on what we do have control over. If we frame our goals around behaviors, that's smart, not the outcome. Weight loss will follow the behavior. So think about what behaviors lead to weight loss and make these your goals. These are some examples of nutrition goals. Things that you have direct control over. Drinking 64 ounces of water every day. Eating fruit for dessert instead of sweets. Eating vegetables for snacks instead of chips. How could weight loss not follow these habits? Eat a fruit or vegetable with every meal. Bring lunch to work. Grocery shop 1 time a week, same day, same time. Learn how to cook fish. Learn how to prepare more bean dishes. Eat more slowly and pay attention to what you eat, and manage stress using non-food alternatives. If the scale isn't going the direction that you want, instead of getting mad at the scale, take a look at your behaviors. Are you eating fruit for dessert? And are you eating vegetables for snacks? If not, don't expect the scale to go in the direction that you want it to. Our behaviors are what matter, and weight loss follows good behaviors. So make these good behaviors your goals. Now, a balanced exercise program includes cardiovascular exercise, strength training, and stretching. The American College of Sports Medicine and the American Heart Association recommend that we get 150 to 300 minutes of moderate intensity cardiovascular exercise every week. That translates into 30 minutes 5 days a week or 60 minutes 5 days a week. The 300 minutes per week, achieving that higher end of the range, you'll get the greatest weight loss benefit at the higher end of the range. Of course, be sure to check with your doctor before starting any exercise program. Examples of moderate intensity aerobic activity include brisk walking, water aerobics, dancing, tennis, or slow biking. What doesn't count are our normal daily activities: being on our feet all day, working and standing all day, shopping at Walmart or the mall. Now, don't get me wrong, if you've been sedentary for a long time and you're just getting started, there's nothing wrong with walking around a store, but we can't stop there. It's very important to establish a planned exercise routine outside of your usual daily activity, aiming for that 150 to 300 minutes of cardiovascular exercise every single week. And don't worry, you shouldn't let all or nothing thinking get in the way. Focus on what you can do. Don't worry if you can't do the 150 minutes just yet. Everyone has to start somewhere. Even if you've been sedentary for years, today is the day you can begin to make healthy changes for yourself. Any movement is better than none. Set a reachable goal for yourself. You could try increasing the length of time by 5 minutes a week until you reach the desired amount. You can split your exercise session into several 10-minute segments. For example, 10 minutes in the morning, 10 minutes in the afternoon, 10 minutes at night equals 30 minutes for the day. And simply just start walking. It's the simplest way to get moving and improve your health. Anybody can do it just about anywhere. Don't have to have any fancy equipment or memberships. It's free, and just get started. YouTube.com is also a good resource for beginning chair exercises if you don't want to walk or can't walk outside if the weather's too bad or it's unsafe. Just search beginning chair exercises. You could type in 3-minute, 5-minute, 10-minute, 30-minute. It's a great thing to do at home. This is a nice little chart that you can keep track of your movement over the course of the week and compare week to week over a 6-month period of time. If you'd like to take this chart today, ask your provider at the end of the session. The American College of Sports Medicine also has guidelines for strength training, training our muscles. We should do this at least twice a week, 8 to 10 exercises, and at least 8 to 10 repetitions on each exercise. YouTube.com again is a good resource to learn some exercises if you're not sure where to start, or if you belong to a gym, you might ask a trainer to show you some of the movements. You do want to learn how to do these safely so that you don't get hurt. Muscles are important because they burn calories. You don't have to walk around looking like some kind of bodybuilder and have bulging muscles to have muscles. It's important to have muscle tissue because you become like a furnace inside when you own muscle tissue. You burn more calories at rest even when you have more muscle tissue. There's an old myth that never dies that says muscle weighs more than fat. And this is simply not true. 1 pound of muscle weighs as much as 1 pound of fat. They both weigh 1 pound. The same way that a pound of nails weighs as much as a pound of feathers. They're both 1 pound. This is a picture of 5 pounds of body fat and 5 pounds of muscle. They both weigh, or each of them weighs 5 pounds, but you can see they look very different. 5 pounds of body fat takes up more space than the 5 pounds of muscle. That's why you could have 2 people who weigh the exact same weight, but the person with less body fat and more muscle tissue appears smaller because that muscle tissue takes up less space. And then finally, stretching. Remember, this is part of a balanced exercise program as well. We should stretch at least twice a week for 10 minutes, and YouTube.com is a great place again for stretching exercises or yoga or Pilates exercises, which are also stretching. These are some exercise goals you could consider. Start by walking to the mailbox or walk around the block, walk a mile. Set the number of minutes that you plan to walk every day and work up to that 150 minutes a week or 300 minutes a week. Sign up for a fun walk. Sign up for a 5K. Find a walking buddy. Learn some strength building exercises. Sign up for a stretching class. Remember, weight loss follows your behavior. Change your behavior, change your habits, and weight loss will follow. How could it not? And put it on paper. Studies show that a person is 5 to 10 times as likely to achieve their goals if they write them down. So make a commitment when you get home to do something that most people won't do. Put your goals on paper and then tell them to somebody so that you're accountable. And while you have that paper out, write down some non-scale victories. These are examples of things that you could consider progress outside of the number on the scale. Because remember, weight loss is not going to be linear. And when the picture looks like this, very unpredictable, it's easy to get frustrated and give up. But if we can stay connected to progress like getting off medications, or the fact that we can see our toes, or we have more energy, or don't need a seatbelt extender on an airplane, or dancing the night away in high heels, or sleeping better, if we can see these as measures of success just as much as a number on the scale, then it'll be easier to stay positive when you're maybe in a plateau and not losing perfectly linear. So success is not going to be a straight line. Remember, it can look a little messy there in the middle, but you will achieve the end result that you want if you put more of your focus and your goal setting around the behaviors that you need to achieve that outcome rather than focus only on the outcome itself. So your goals from now until your next session are to set your goals. Write them down. Write down your nutrition goals and your exercise goals and some of those non-scale victories that you hope to achieve. Okay, I'll see you next time. Have a great month. I'm Suzette Kroll, registered dietitian. I'm your personal nutrition guide.